welcome to Motor Authority Philippines. While you've known us for powerful machines, torque, and raw horsepower on four wheels, today we take a different turn into military-grade firepower. Because in 2026, the roar of engines and the whir of electric motors isn't the only tech revolution we're paying attention to. We're looking at a missile system that's as smart as it is deadly. Cut to slow-motion launch footage from a US military training exercise. The FGM-148 Javelin, developed by Raytheon and Lockheed Martin, has been battle-tested in multiple conflicts, but now it's finding a new home in Southeast Asia, with the armed forces of the Philippines. As tensions rise and defense strategies pivot from reactive to preemptive, the Javelin isn't just a piece of hardware, it's a strategic message. What makes this missile so special? To understand that, let's rewind. Introduced in the mid-1990s, the Javelin was designed to replace older anti-tank systems like the M47 Dragon. It's man-portable, shoulder-fired, and designed for fire and forget. That means once a target is locked in, the missile takes over, allowing the operator to immediately relocate or seek cover. You don't chase it. It hunts for you. This isn't just about firepower, it's about battlefield survivability and tactical flexibility. In 2026, the Philippines confirmed its acquisition of the Javelin under a strategic defense procurement initiative with the United States. According to sources within the Department of National Defense, the missiles will be deployed primarily with the Philippine Army's Rapid Response Units and Marine Battalions. These aren't just for parades and photo ops, this is gear meant to be used if push comes to shove. Now, let's talk specs. Each Javelin missile comes in at roughly 1.2 meters long, weighing about 22 kilograms. It has a range of up to 2.5 kilometers, though newer variants can push even farther. The warhead. A tandem charge high-explosive anti-tank, designed specifically to neutralize modern armor, even those equipped with reactive plating. But here's where it gets fascinating. The Javelin's guidance system uses infrared imaging. The gunner uses the command launch unit called a CLUA to lock onto the target using thermal imaging. Once launched, the missile flies in an arc, climbing high before diving down onto the target from above. That's called a top attack profile, and it's brutally effective. Why? Because most tanks are weakest on the top. The missile doesn't just punch through, it obliterates. The Philippines' choice to integrate the Javelin into its arsenal marks a clear understanding of modern conflict dynamics. In the past, anti-tank missiles might have seemed irrelevant to an archipelago nation. But in today's asymmetrical warfare environment, where fast-moving threats and unpredictable aggression are real concerns, these weapons serve not only as a tank deterrent but also against light vehicles, bunkers, and even low-flying aircraft in some cases. Cut to interview clip with defense analyst. The Javelin gives smaller, mobile units the power to challenge armored threats. In the Philippine context, especially in areas like Palawan or the West Philippine Sea, it changes the game. Now picture this, you're in rugged terrain, somewhere in the jungles of Mindanao or the cliffs of Zambales. A marine unit spots a threat to a column of enemy armored vehicles approaching. In the past, they might have had to call in air support or artillery, hoping they get clearance in time. Today, they pull out the Javelin, lock on, fire, and move. The missile takes care of the rest. This is what 21st century defense looks like: fast, smart, lethal. But there's more to this story than just the hardware. This move symbolizes a deepening alliance between the Philippines and the United States. It reflects growing concerns about maritime sovereignty, gray zone tactics, and the need to stand firm in a region full of power plays and contested territories. The Javelin isn't just a missile. It's part of a message. The training aspect is also key. Operators must learn not just how to use the weapon, but how to deploy it tactically. That means coordination, reconnaissance, concealment, and communication. Philippine soldiers have already undergone intensive training, with exercises conducted in both Luzon and Mindanao, often in collaboration with U.S. military advisors. This isn't just plug and play. It's adapt and dominate. Cut to slow pan across a CLU unit sitting on a rocky hilltop, overlooking a valley. What's interesting is how the Javelin's tech reflects the same trends we're seeing in civilian tech: autonomy, precision, and user-centered design. Whether it's a smart F or a missile system, the goal is the same: maximum effect with minimal effort. And in a world where information moves faster than bullets, the ability to act decisively is everything. Of course, the Javelin doesn't come cheap. Each missile can cost upwards of $175,000. Add to that the CLU units, training, and logistics, and you're looking at a serious investment. But to the armed forces of the Philippines, it's worth every centavo. Because deterrence isn't just about having weapons. It's about making potential adversaries think twice before taking that first step. Critics might argue it's overkill. That it's more than what we need. But then again, modern conflict doesn't wait for permission. You either prepare, or you react. The Javelin makes sure we're ready. At Motor Authority Philippines, we usually talk about engines, tuning, and cutting-edge transportation. But defense is part of the conversation now. Because the same spirit that drives innovation on the roads drives innovation in defense: speed, precision, power, and control. So whether it's a 1,000 horsepower hypercar or a fire-and-forget missile system, the principle is the same: excellence through engineering. As we look toward the future, expect more updates on how military tech is evolving and how the Philippines is positioning itself for a new era of self-reliance and strategic depth. The Javelin missile is just the beginning. If you enjoyed this deep dive into military-grade hardware, drop a like, hit subscribe, and tell us in the comments what other defense technologies should we feature next. This is Motor Authority Philippines, where power meets precision on the road, and now, on the battlefield.